Contract termination is denied as quotas increased to 24,000 hours, meaning dismissal would only be possible in 5 to 6 years, despite meeting previous requirements. Rain reunites with someone who mentions they've been missed. They discuss recent deaths from hailstorms and new diseases. The group discovered a signal from an abandoned Weyland-Yutani ship. They discuss using it to reach Iwaga instead of waiting for company allowances. They need Andy, a Weyland-Yutani android, to communicate with the ship's system. Someone expresses concern about getting caught. Tension rises as someone points out the company won't give them anything freely. A promise is made about not having to leave Corbailey anymore. The group proceeds with their plan despite doubts. They experience pressure changes as they move forward. Characters discuss Iwaga's breathtaking sunsets and compare cryosleep to drinking heavily. They spot their target vessel. They discover the rings are closer than expected, with collision imminent in 36 hours. Andy agrees to help, following his directive to do what's best for Rain. The team enters a cold environment and uses temperature scanners to locate cryosleep pods. Andy helps them gain access to the ship. They experience zero-gravity conditions. Gravity generators cycle periodically to prevent explosions. The group locates the pods but discovers they only have enough fuel for 3 years of cryosleep, not the 9 needed to reach Iwaga. Rather than giving up, they detect a nearby cryo depot and decide to retrieve additional supplies to complete their journey. A dark history is revealed about synthetics sealing an area with Bjorn's mother inside, sacrificing 3 workers to save a dozen others. A conversation begins between characters. One person checks on another, who clarifies they're not sick, leading to personal questions about their father. The group approaches Renaissance Space Station, divided into Humulus and Remus sections. Someone attempts jokes about space to ease tension. Tension rises as characters discuss their plans. Andy learns he won't be joining them on Iwaga, though someone hadn't told him this yet. The group enters what appears to be an abandoned station following a signal. They discover a damaged android, suggesting a possible chemical accident. They locate fuel they need in a refrigeration unit. While removing it, something goes wrong, and they become trapped in an emergency situation. The team attempts to transfer login credentials from a damaged android to Andy to gain higher clearance and open locked doors. John encounters something dangerous in water. The group panics as unknown creatures begin emerging, forcing them to flee and seal doors. Andy, now upgraded with enhanced AI, explains that a creature is supplying Navarro with oxygen, keeping her alive for unknown purposes. They encounter someone who warns them to leave immediately. The person explains that Navarro has been implanted with a parasite called Plagiaris prepotency. They learn about XX-121 XENOMORPH, a dangerous alien species first encountered by USS Nostromo decades ago. Only 1 crew member survived that encounter. The team attempts to freeze the parasite with cow fuel, hoping to prevent it from strangling Navarro, but the situation remains precarious. Andy declares Navarro can't return to the ship. Conflict erupts as some want to leave, while others refuse to abandon their teammate. The undocking process begins unexpectedly. Bjorn appears, apologizing for failing to stop someone. The group realizes they're being left behind. Something horrifying happens to Navarro, causing panic among the remaining crew members as they face the emerging threat. Navarro arrives in a state of distress. Something alarming is happening to them, causing visible concern among the others present. A countdown announces less than 8 minutes until collision. The station's descent angle has shifted, accelerating the timeline for impact. Someone checks on Preparat 01 and receives confirmation that there's still hope. The group needs to reach the Romulus engine. Andy, an artificial person model Z055, is introduced to Science Officer Rook, who requests support. Andy mentions having a new directive. Andy explains that the parasitoids have no eyes but locate prey through sound and heat signatures. The group plans to adjust room temperature to hide. Chaos erupts with someone screaming. Turim is urged to come quickly as the situation deteriorates rapidly. The countdown continues, with 30 minutes remaining until collision. The group has narrowly escaped danger but needs to keep moving. Andy refuses to open a door despite desperate pleas from the group. Someone inside is pregnant and in danger, creating intense conflict. Andy reveals having a new directive: to do what's best for the company. This creates tension as it conflicts with helping the survivors. The group reaches Romulus Beta Laboratory, which requires high security clearance. Andy explains their colonies are dying due to harsh conditions. Rook reveals creating a microorganism with xenomorph DNA, described as life in its purest form, with potential to be highly pathogenic. The group plans to move through a freight corridor. They're given weapons that warned not to fire due to the creature's acid blood causing decompression. With 20 minutes until collision, they discover more creatures have been on the station for some time, complicating their escape route. Kay and Taylor are found. Taylor is losing blood, possibly explaining why she hasn't been implanted by a parasitoid yet. The survivors reach an elevator that will take them directly to their ship. They're instructed to take something important and get into crew pods. A desperate escape plan is forming. Someone offers to fly the survivors back to the colony, while another person questions who is accompanying them. A tense negotiation unfolds. One character offers help in exchange for being taken out of the dangerous situation, noting it's not in the company's interest for them to die. Andy is called for urgently. Someone has died, causing grief. The survivors realize they have limited time before danger returns. The group desperately seeks help, but an automated system refuses their request, coldly thanking them for their service to the company. A mysterious figure offers assistance, claiming to be a friend. They urge someone to press a button to gain control of a ship and escape. Rain takes action, turning off a gravity generator. A countdown begins, creating uncertainty about whether their plan will work. Andy and Rain struggle in the zero-gravity environment. The elevator doesn't work, complicating their escape plan as they try to reach First Will. Rain and Andy call out to each other amid chaos. Gravity is restored, allowing them to continue their desperate escape. The company congratulates the survivors on their achievement. A message will be sent, and the company plans to collect something called the product from them. A sudden change of plans occurs. Andy is instructed to stop someone, while the automated system protests that something must be handed over to the company. Andy receives a new directive and agrees to do what's best for Rain. Their relationship seems to have evolved beyond initial parameters. A haunting phrase repeats, "This is real," before life. The repetition suggests a profound realization or transformation occurring. A series of shocked reactions, indicated by repeated exclamations of "Oh my God," suggests something astonishing or horrifying has been discovered. Someone promises, "I'll fix you," indicating an attempt at repair or healing after the traumatic events. The final log from Wayne Carradine, the sole survivor of Corbellin, records setting course for the Vaga system with uncertain prospects but determined resolve.
Let's take